Hey, this is Amy Scott Grant. Welcome back. I'm the spiritual ass kicker, and I've got another tip for you on how to get unstuck. This one is specifically around how to get unstuck around money. Could that help, do you think? So do me a favor or do yourself a favor, really, and check in and see, do you have a money bottleneck in your life right now? What's the money bottleneck? I'm so glad you asked. I'm going to tell you because I just made up that term. So I feel the need to explain it. So a money bottleneck is where, you know what a bottleneck is, right? It's like, it gets real narrow, right? And if you think about money as a living, breathing flow of energy, then bottleneck equal no bueno, right? Because you want the flow to be wide open like a river, like a big channel of flow, right? Not flow like kiss my grits, but flow like flow. Okay. We want that money to flow. But if it's bottlenecks, then you are crimping up the whole thing. Like really, you're just jacking the whole process if you create a bottleneck. But you may unknowingly be creating a bottleneck around money with integrity. What does that mean? I mean, think about your money situation. Is there someone, some entity or some person or some group of people that you owe money to that you are out of integrity with? In other words, you either are not paying, have stopped paying, or you've stopped communicating about paying. So the debt is there, you owe them the money, but you're not taking action on it. That could definitely create a money bottleneck. Then your flow of money goes when it should be like, right? No extra charge for those sound effects. All right, so how do you rectify that? Now, you might think that just owing someone money creates a money bottleneck, but that's actually not true. It depends largely on how you feel about debt and owing people. So sometimes we have a lot of guilt or shame around owing someone money. Like, you know, if you borrowed money for a business and then the business like tanked, you might feel guilty or feel shameful about that. Or if you blew it, you know, if you borrowed money from somebody and you just pissed it all away, you probably have some emotions around that need to be healed. But sometimes you just, you know, legitimately borrowed money for a totally understandable reason, and then your situation didn't turn around as quickly as you expected, and you weren't able to pay them back within the time frame that you promised. So how you feel about that debt could create a money bottleneck, but more likely what's going on is if you've dropped out of communication completely, then there's been a breach of integrity. Now, even if you don't have the money to pay them back today, you can restore that integrity breach by simply getting into communication with them. So you could call or text or email or somehow notify that person and say, you know what, I'm really sorry, I haven't paid, you know, whatever. I know that I owe you this money, and I haven't paid you anything in a while, and I want you to know that I'm still working on it, okay? And hopefully you can just give me more time. So unless the person you owe money to is named Guido and has, you know, is built like a Mack truck, I think you're going to be okay. And the person's going to say, hey, thanks. I appreciate you letting me know what's going on, and that's no problem. You know, when do you think the worst that might happen, assuming it's not Guido, is that they might just ask you, when do you think you'll be able to make another payment? That is literally like the worst that can happen. Again, unless it's right. So then you say, if you don't know, you say, I don't know. Or you say, I can send you $20 this week. It's not a lot, but I mean, I could do something right now, right? And odds are they're not even wanting to hound you, even though you might interpret it that way. They're just trying to get some information. You know, if you were in a restaurant and your food was taking forever and you asked the waiter, is our food coming? Or do you know about when it'll be here? Your waiter's not gonna be like, dude, quit hounding me, right? They're going as fast as they're going in the kitchen. I don't got no control over that. That's not gonna happen. If it does, I highly recommend you get up and walk right out the door, because you're probably better off eating at Sonic in that case. But no, they're gonna say, oh, I don't know, let me check on that. Right? You're just asking for information. That's the same thing they're doing. Like, hey, do you have any idea what time, you know, when you think you might be able to? Then it's up to you to choose how much you share. But being out of communication, that's not good. That's not cool, not profesh, not a good way to conduct a relationship. But getting into communication, letting them know what's going on, that can open up that money bottleneck for you because you don't have that guilt and that integrity breach. And then you can get money to start flowing again. So that's a quick and easy way to get unstuck around money. I'll see you in the next video.